Everyone, how are you? Happy Monday. Welcome to Make Money Monday Live. It is, let's see, gosh, it is May 13th already. We're halfway through the month. I hope all of you that had mothers and you are moms or like moms, you celebrated and had a great day yesterday. We definitely did over here. And I'm excited to be back with you this morning to chat a little bit about some strategies to make your social media sizzle going into the summer months. So as you're joining in, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you are joining us from. And also let us know your direct sales company. So glad you are here. These are going to give you some good practical tips going into the summer. I know a lot of people right now are feeling maybe a little bit lost on social media, right? Like some things have changed over the last couple of months, and we're still trying to kind of figure out where we should be posting and what we should be posting, knowing that there has been some changes to the visibility and the ability to auto post over into our groups. So as you're joining in, let me know you're here. I'm going to pull it up over on my side and make sure that we are sharing this. We are live over on Instagram, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, as well as on Facebook. And over on Facebook, we are streaming over to our business page as well as our group. So I'm going to go ahead and share that into our group. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Sarah. Marcia, are you back from Paris? Oh my gosh, this is incentive trip season. I am loving seeing all of your trips. Oh my gosh, just so much fun. So much fun. So if you're not yet over in our Modern Direct Seller Tribe, your spot to grow your direct sales business, that is our Facebook group. Come hang out with us over there. Also sharing this into our Modern Direct Seller Academy for all of our members to take a peek this morning as well. So interesting. Our topic today is a little bit about social media, how to make your social sizzle. And I am case in point here this morning. First off, if you have a teammate that needs to hear this, feel free to tag them or share this video into your team page or with your company. But I'm showing you right here, you guys. It is a little bit of surround sound, right? I am live on one platform, but I am going into multiple places, knowing that everyone kind of shows up in a different way. And that's one of the big shifts we've seen in social media is that, we kind of have our Facebook people, we kind of have our Instagram people, we have our people that are watching on YouTube or catching the replay over on YouTube. So as we're showing up and connecting with people, we know that we have audiences in different places. And in order for them to hear the information that we want to share, they're going to see it in a couple of different places, right? Even just on Facebook, I'm live on my personal profile, my business page, as well as two groups. So that's 4 different spots, right? We may even share this to our stories or create a short clip of this and save that as a reel. So when we're thinking about showing up on social, long gone are the days that we can just show up in one spot and think people are actually going to see and hear what we have to say. And I know sometimes, because I have this conversation and coaching a lot with many of you, that there's concern like, oh my gosh, if I post the same thing in 2 places, isn't that going to be annoying for people, or isn't that going to be weird? No, it is not, because not everyone is watching you in all the places, right? So when we're thinking about social media and rolling into the summer, do not be afraid to cross post, to share your content in different ways, to recycle content and send it back around so people can see it a second time, a third time. People need to see it in multiple places. In fact, I'm a firm believer that we have people on social, and whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, right, that just love scrolling through the stories. Like there's stories people that just click through those bubbles and just want to look at the stories. We also have people that are binging reels, right? They're just swiping, watching all of those reels. And then we have people that are browsing the feed and the main posts that you're seeing. So even within one platform, there's different ways for people to consume content, right? Hey, I love it. We got some good people joining in. We got lots of Kentucky on this morning, South Carolina in the house. I love it. So good. So as we're thinking about social, turn that surround sound on, show up in multiple places, and don't be afraid to share the same content in different places. Because my ongoing joke is maybe only your mom is watching you that closely, right? Most people are catching a live video here and there. They might watch a little bit there, but they're not watching your every single move on social media. So don't overthink it. Go ahead and give some mileage to the content that you're sharing. All right. Hey, Arizona's in the house, and Maryland. Hey, Anita. Hey, Cheryl. Glad you guys are here this morning. Yay, Tracy is catching me live. So good. Boards app is on. Oh my goodness. Everyone's showing up this morning. So as we're thinking about social media this summer and keeping things sizzling, so we're catching people's attention, a couple of reminders that I'd love to share. And I know that, again, sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record, and I've said these things millions of times before, but you may just be joining live for the first time, or you might have seen this because it was shared with your team, right? So when we're thinking about posting on social, it is so important that we are sharing publicly. I think the biggest challenge direct sellers are facing right now is that they continually want to sell to the same people over and over and over again. And we love our repeat customers. We love our loyal fans that continue to shop with us, but we also need to build a pipeline of people to connect with to bring in new leads, new customers, because that leads to new hosts and new teammates. So when we're thinking about new people, your new people are not hanging out with you in your Facebook group. Your new people are going to find videos like this because they've been shared or they've been tagged on them or somebody sends them a link to check them out. So being public on social media is more important than ever. And I know that's a little bit of a mindset shift. You know, I feel like back in the day, all the training, all the social media strategy was like build a private group and keep people in a closed group and just love on your VAPs and invite people into that group maybe once they've made a purchase from you, and those are your customers. We've put a lot of attention and love and focus on our groups, which, by the way, I have a couple of very big groups, and I love my Facebook groups. And being out there publicly allows us to get new eyeballs on our content. So as you're thinking about maybe shifting your strategy a little bit this summer, moving away from the group that we're not moving away. Like we're still dripping content there, right? But we're also, we're showing up in more places, right? And we need to make sure that those places are public places. So the next question I've been getting a lot of is, okay, I have spent so much time over in my group. Like, now what do I do? Where do I go public? What does that look like? So your Instagram, you can change to a public profile. That's one place to start. If you're hanging out on Facebook, you kind of have two options, right? You could go the business page route, or you could go your personal profile route. And here's the thing that is kind of the determining factor for me on that is, where's your audience? Where are the people that you're hanging out with? Are they on Instagram? Are they on your personal profile? Are they on your business page? So if you are kind of showing up today thinking, gosh, I really haven't done a lot with my business page and I have, 30 or 40 followers, like that's great. We can start building content, building an audience there, but you may want to leverage your personal profile where you have 1,000 friends. See what I'm saying here, right? Like we want to go where the people are, where you have the biggest audience, where you have the opportunity to connect with most of those people. So if you're looking to layer in a public posting channel, right? You pick your poison where you want to go. I would go where you have the biggest audience first and then be intentional about building an audience in other places. And some of those other places could be LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, right? Like you have lots of options, TikTok, lots of different places that you could go and build an audience. But for now, we want to be posting not only in those groups, but also publicly out there for people to find you. Because that's the exciting part about being public. It feels a little scary at first when you're doing a live video and you're like, oh, that was weird. Like my high school boyfriend just saw that, right? But the reality is when you're out there publicly, it is shareable, right? Shareable. You can click the share button and send this out for other people to see. It's not locked behind closed doors in the closed group. And it's also discoverable, right? There's a chance that this content may show up just randomly in somebody's feed. And I don't know about you all, but especially here on Facebook, I am getting a lot of random recommendations. Like I'm not even sure what the algorithm is doing with my content, but I'm getting a lot of things that are showing up in my feed that I don't follow or I don't subscribe to or I don't like their page or I'm not friends with them. They're just popping up. So that's the beauty of public content, is that you have the chance to be discovered, right? And somebody can just randomly stumble upon it and realize you and your business and your products are exactly what they need in their life. All right. So along those lines, and I'm going to pop back over here, I saw a couple of comments coming in. Hey, Debbie, Sarah, good to see you guys. As you're joining in, say hello. So as we're thinking about where we want to show up, shareable, discoverable, public. Those are kind of the key factors there. And then the other biggest thing is really just sharing your story, right? And we've said this for a long time. We know sharing our company branded graphics are beautiful, that's lovely, and people would much rather see you holding a product, or they would like to see your face with a story about why a product has been a game changer for you. So when you're thinking about what to share, of course, if you have company created content, you can sprinkle that in here and there, especially if there's like a just-in-time sale or an offer or a deal or a special and you want to use those graphics. But you may want to also make them your own, right? You could post their graphic with a selfie of yourself or a picture of you and your puppy or you and your kid. People love kids and puppies. So you want to do things that are going to stop the scroll, right? We want to stop the scroll. And once we've stopped the scroll, we want to create conversation. So being very, very intentional about your content. So there's a clear call to action on every single post. So people not only stop their scroll to read what you have to say, because your image captures their attention, but then when they finish reading it, they know what to do next. That's a call to action. It's telling people what to do next in their scroll, right? If it doesn't have a call to action, they're just going to keep on scrolling to the next person's post, right? So you want to say, comment below and tell me where you're joining in from. Tell me, are you interested in learning more? If so, comment yes. If you love this, drop a heart emoji below, right? So that kind of content that gives a very clear call to action so they know what move to make next. All right. Then here's the magical part of the formula that most people forget because they find it a little bit, maybe a little salesy or a little uncomfortable to move those comments into direct messages. But that's where the sales happen, my friends, right? They happen in direct messages. They happen in responding to people's stories. They happen one-to-one. So it's very rare that you're going to make a post about something, include your shopping link, and people are going to go buy. It is much more likely that they comment, you open up a conversation, you hear more about what they're looking for, and then you deliver a solution to what their challenges are, right? That's the magic right there. And you can do that as a direct seller because you're providing that one-on-one incredible customer experience. So think about that as your next step. They comment with something, you move it into the direct messages and you continue the conversation there. And that's where the sales and the magic happen. So that's the whole formula for you to make your summer social sizzle, right? But I'm so excited for you guys to give this a try this summer. If you haven't been doing this before, or if you've been spending a lot of time in your group, this is your opportunity to get out there, to connect with people. Real people have real conversations and see those sales come in. Now, one little bonus tip, if you are a leader listening right now, the one thing that your team isn't seeing from you are those direct messages. They can see what you're posting on social, right? It's out there for them to see, and they might be inspired by the content you're creating and create something similar. But what they don't see is you moving it into the direct messages. So the more you can do to screenshot conversations or help people see what that back and forth conversation looks like, the more successful your team is going to be in having those individual one-on-one conversations. Now, a little bit of a plug before I wrap up today. Couple things here. Number one, if you're in the academy, you have to go grab the social selling action plan for May. If you're not using it, you are spending too much time creating social content, right? Because that plan gives you the shortcut. It tells you what to post and what to say in the direct messages. There are Canva templates making creating content easier than ever for you, where you can actually put your face, your branding, your colors into it. That is all waiting for you inside the academy. Now, I'm so excited for this. We already have the June plan done for you, and it is really, really good. So, coming the last week of May, you'll also get your hands on the June plan, where you can take that and put that into action in your business. And there's more. We're also looking to put together a deep dive social media training specifically about Facebook coming up in June. So, if you are interested and learning more about how to maximize Facebook, if you know this is where your audience is and you are kind of pivoting and maybe trying some things differently this summer, you're going to love this workshop. If you want more info on it, comment the keyword Facebook, and I will be sure to loop back to this video as soon as we have more information available about how to get into that workshop. But it's going to be very hands-on. We're going to optimize our profile. We're going to talk about content creation. We're going to schedule some things out. We're going to talk about what's really working here on Facebook specifically. So I cannot wait for that. Super excited for it. And the very last thing I want to remind you about, I see all your comments coming in. Facebook. The other thing that I want to remind you about is inside the Academy, we have co-working happening this week with Sammy, as well as a collab and connect happening with Susan. So if you're looking to network, to connect, and also to get some things done this week, we have those live events happening, and you are more than welcome to attend. We hope to see you there. So I hope you guys have a great week. I will be back next Monday for our Make Money Monday live. I hope you have an incredible week, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.